I went to Utah last year on a mountain biking trip for 1 week with a group of about 10 people. Now, we drove a straight 24 hours to get there, which honestly wasn't that bad. The only thing that really sucked was trying to sleep in the car with 6 kids and 2 adults all together, and when you have the worst time trying to sleep. Other than that, everything was fine. Most of the people in the trip were chill, and I somehow got kind of thrown into a clique of girls who were like besties, but I somehow managed to sneak in, even though I was generally a sore thumb between them. Now, these girls were nice, but they were kind of those girls, you feel? Like the girls who talk shit behind each other's backs and seem to not care. And I say seemed because it's likely drama would have happened if the scenario unfolded. But you know, I kept my distance and just strictly stuck around to have fun, because I didn't have a bond with any of these girls emotionally. Speaking of people on this trip, I had 2 boys in my perimeter, one younger than me and 1 older. Now, I had very weird crushes on each of them. The younger one, let's name him Tamaki, because this boy was a charmer. Not even like the annoying type, he was chivalrous, and I just couldn't help myself. I remember when we had stopped over to a gas station and I told one of my leaders, I'm not gonna say his real name because I don't know if he's cool with that, so let's call him Sparkles. His name is related to something Jordan named in his series though. Anyways, I went to Sparkles and told him that I need to get my sleeping pills. Yes, I take those. So he gave me the key to the little carrier thing that held all our bags and clothes and unlocked it. It's an extremely intimidating scene to try to find my duffel bag. Hesitating, I started to crawl all over people's stuffs to try to reach my bag that unfortunately had been thrown in first, so it was stuffed all the way in the back. And after a while of trying to move everyone's stuff strategically so that I didn't ruin it but it was out of my way, Tamaki decided to almost dig out the whole carrier just to help me get my bag, which was really nice of him to do. But like I said, he's built up this meter in my brain of how nice he was to me that I was feeling nervous. Now, I have to give a little context to my experience with guys. I'm not the type of girl to stutter and blab up when I'm talking to my crush. That is, almost the exact opposite of how I act, honestly. The only time I get nervous is if I have to be the one to start conversation, or I don't hear what he says to me. Anyways, I thanked him for helping me, and he was really chill about the situation and just played it off like it was nothing. Moving on, the rest of the drive went smoothly, but in the persist to get myself calm, the situation around me was starting to become hectic. The downfall started when we pulled into another gas station, and we were there for longer than expected time. So, by quickly becoming a detective and doing some deep cover, I found out that the leader's credit cards were not working, so we were having a hard time paying for the gas, and they had to call the bank, and eventually, they figured it out. But in the car ride, I'd asked our only female leader, Mara Jane, because she acts a lot like her from Fairy Tale, about the bank situation, and she admitted that we had a smaller budget than expected because of banking issues. And so, with some fear already present in my little heart, we continued into the town Moab, known for its mountain camping, mountain biking, and just general extreme activities that terrify me. And after exploring the wonderfully small town, we went on the run for a camping spot. And so, we drove. And drove. And drove. And Sparkles was starting to panic because we couldn't find any spots. And so, the nighttime dusk began to show, and the light bounced off of all the beautiful rocks of Utah to send the patrons to a beautiful sleep, surrounded by nature. And me, being 24 hours away from home, had no place to sleep in this new territory. People were getting angsty and hangry, and then the unthinkable happens. Our other car with the rest of the kids had broke down. Hey, that's the end, my man. You'll have to let me know if you want part 2. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day.